Hi, I'm Tim. I'm a member of the Beacon Evangelical Church in Handsworth, and I'm part of the church leadership team of trustees. I am also a part of the Beacon Centre project team, and I am excited to be able to bring you an update for the project as we approach the closing months of 2020. And in case we've not met before, let me set the scene for you. If you know all this already, please just bear with me. Beacon began its life in 1987 as a merger, a union of 3 local independent churches which joined together with a real desire to be a beacon of good news, a light for our community, set at one of the highest points in Handsworth. And Handsworth, in case you don't know, it's a vibrant inner city area in northwest Birmingham, famous for being the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution. Although nowadays it seems to be well renowned for its Indian wedding suit shops, vegetarian sweet shops, Caribbean culture, food, music, and much more. But behind all that, there are high levels of deprivation and hardship. In fact, so far as deprivation is concerned, our area falls mostly within the lowest 20% of areas in England. It's a super diverse area with many different cultures, languages, ethnic groups, an area which the media seems to delight in tarnishing with whatever bad news it can find, rather than celebrating the amazing good that's here. The Beacon Church community makes extensive use of this building, number 47 Sandwell Road, an early 1960s building built and designed primarily as a worship space for the church which met here then. 60% of the building is one meeting hall for worship services, with ancillary rooms behind that supporting that purpose. Well, in the 21st century, our focus has been increasingly outward, getting to know our community better and working to be that positive influence with the good news of our faith in both practical and spiritual ways. And as we've done this, we've discovered a fractured community, many broken lives. Poverty and deep mental health issues are just 2 symptoms in a whole range of underlying problems. These problems cause the long-term damage. We do what we can. We do what we can as individuals and as a church family. We offer practical help, one-to-one for local people, or signpost them to the help that they need. We've worked in partnership with 2 other local churches to see the Handsworth Food Bank come into being. Using resources from Christians Against Poverty, we've begun to run the acclaimed Money course, which helps people to budget, to save, and to just stay out of debt. We run an elders lunch club, providing a social meeting place for both practical and spiritual nourishment. We've also started things like a listening service run by a trained counsellor, and open up the church building regularly on certain Sunday afternoons to provide a lunch and just the opportunity for people to talk about what matters most in their lives. Whilst these activities are good, we've got a vision for much more, a vision which our building is just not designed for. We want to see lives restored and community rebuilt through gospel-centred, compassionate services, but supported by a building which fits that aim, a place which is a safe place for people to come and help with all sorts of life struggles. Now, these might include homelessness, depression, mental health issues. We want to be active in signposting people to find answers to their practical needs. Employment, somewhere to access food and clothing, or just simply a shower and somewhere to wash their clothes in an emergency. Just as importantly, we want to build community. Combat isolation by having a place, for example, for our seniors to gather and have food and fellowship. A safe space for our young people to meet and thrive. Our current building is just not designed to facilitate this vision. So for some years, we've been working on a concept design for a replacement building and raising funds from within our own membership. The Beacon Centre project is now at a place where we want to share more widely what we're planning to build. COVID-19 has slowed that process down, but it has given us a new sense of urgency to actually see this project through. What stage are we at? We engaged with the local planning department in a pre-planning consultation back in last summer. That's 2019. Our architects modified the design considerably in response to the feedback that we got from that consultation, and we've now submitted a second pre-planning application. A key moment's coming soon when we can apply for full planning permission. And this is when the clock starts ticking on applying for major funding from external grant-making trusts, and when we'll need to set a date to start building. So here is our concept design for the project.
We plan to construct a new building in front of the existing one, a building which could function as a self-contained unit, providing most of the new facilities that we require and being accessible at street level. Our new concept design takes better account of the current character of the area, with a pitched roof of similar design to the adjacent homes to the right and set in line with them. The building has also been moved away from the homes in Nijon Close on the left. This has given space for gated pedestrian access to our current building during construction, and will give us an additional fire escape route once the new building is completed. The ground floor is split in two by a covered driveway, allowing vehicles to access the rear car park. On the left, you can see a window into a reception office and double doors leading to a welcome area. To the right is a complex of multi-purpose rooms suitable for consultation, training, or small group meetings. Finally, on the first floor, there's a large meeting or function space. Looking down into the ground floor reception area, it is easy to see how a visitor arriving at the building can be met and welcomed by someone in reception, and given access to the arrival and cafe space. Visitors can use a short flight of stairs to gain access to a landing on the level of our existing building, or use the lift if this is more convenient. Now you can see the emergency access and the escape route to the side of the new building. In order to allow us to use our old building during construction of the new one, a first phase will be required to demolish the existing steps and foyer and create the new steps and access from the side. The second phase of construction would create the new building. Take a look at the multi-purpose community rooms on the opposite side to the reception area. Visitors can access these rooms by crossing the covered driveway in a safe space protected by additional gates. Once inside, there is a utility area with a kitchenette, washing machine and dryer, along with an accessible toilet and shower room. The three rooms are labelled to show general use as consulting rooms, but doubling up for Sunday school classes on a Sunday morning. A room for a creche, one for infants or Key Stage 1, and one for juniors, Key Stage 2. These last two rooms can become one larger room and have access to a good-sized garden area, making the facility more than suitable for community events, such as a barbecue or some kind of outreach. The first floor can be accessed from the landing above the reception area by a few steps or by using the lift. The large meeting space here can accommodate up to 200 people or can be split into two for smaller gatherings. This gives flexibility for ad hoc events such as funerals and weddings, and the storage room can be used for tidying away unnecessary chairs, or can function as a parent and baby room, or space for personal prayer or consultation. The third and final phase of the project would be to renovate the current structure, creating support facilities for the new building. The roof would be replaced with a single pitched roof, no higher than the current one, but angled towards the south to make it suitable for solar panels. New washrooms and cleaning facilities will serve both buildings eventually. A large kitchen, some 3 times the size of our current one, will serve a room suitable for lunch club type meals or the Sunday school teenage class, that which can be divided into 2 to provide smaller meeting spaces. The main office space could easily serve 2 or 3 people. Finally, we've shown a mixed-use area which could be used for storage or reconfigured to provide office space should we decide to work in partnership with another organisation or perhaps some kind of recording studio space. Whilst this part could be demolished to provide further car parking space, we've had to cut out several rooms and spaces to comply with planning regulations and feel it's important to have some flexibility.
As you can see from the plans, this design is intended to provide a building which supports our vision. It allows us a number of small, flexible spaces suitable for consultation, signposting, small group or family meetings, study groups, prayer, teaching, training, and so on and so forth. But it also allows us to expand certain areas when needed to help with larger one-off life events or community outreach. It provides a safe space for everyone, including our young people, our seniors, and for the vulnerable. A centre where people can come for help to find good news, restoration, and community. The Beacon Centre.